Hello, every pony. Today, I'm going to try something that all the cool kids are trying. I'm going to be doing a My Little Pony fanfiction reading. And no, it is not fucking Sweet Apple Massacre or cupcakes. Maybe I'll get to those eventually, but I don't know. By the way, Sweet Apple Massacre, it made me laugh for some reason. I don't know. Beside the point though. Today I'm going to be reading Foaling Around with the Cutie Crusaders. This is by Hot Sauce. You can find it on the French was Magic Fanfiction Archive Explicit. I'll probably include a link in the description. And I'm in a good mood today, so I will try my best to actually read this. And by the way, if you don't like Philly Foolin', don't read this. Let's get the show on the road. What the hell have you guys been up to this time? As I cried as the three Cutie Crusaders slinked in the carousel boutique covered from ear to tail in mud. Applin looked chagrined and started to babble an explanation. We're really sorry. It's just that we thought we'd try mud wrestling and see whether we were supposed to be Cutie Crusader mud wrestlers. Huh? I replied. I still wasn't able to understand anything the little rose-made foal said when she was in excuse mode. Scootaloo considered me with a bored look on her arrogant little face. We were just trying to find our special talent. What's so wrong with that? I recognized that gleam in her purple gray eyes. She had absolutely no respect for me, and was by far the most troublesome of the three. Sweetie Belle, on the other hand, had her gaze glued to the floor in shame. We were just trying to find out what our special talents are so we can get our cutie marks. She sniffed. She looked up at me, her huge green eyes on the point of tears. She added, We're really sorry. By the way, to any people who hate Sweetie Belle, I don't understand it. I actually like Sweetie Belle quite a bit. I had my hands on my hips, ready to let loose with a loud scolding, but the look on the little unicorn foal's face made my anger melt right away. Who would stay angry at something so adorable? It's so adorable! I've been living in Equestria for several months now, ever since one of Twilight Sparkle's spells had gone away and brought me here. The nerdy little pony was still looking for her library for a spell to send me back home, so I was stuck here, essentially, and had to make the best of things. As a human male, I had been a curiosity for the first few weeks, but soon every pony had gotten used to me. In a land full of manticores and dragons and hydras, I guess a hairless monkey was only a temporary novelty. So now, I was largely left to my own devices, and I tried to be as helpful as around town as I could be to earn my keep, which usually meant I landed jobs that no other pony wanted to do. And this was what I was doing now! Babysitting the Cutie Crusaders while Rarity was out of town at his fashion show in Manhattan. Oh, Manhattan. I wonder if it's crappy like the real Manhattan. Okay, no, I don't mean any offense. I've actually been there, it's pretty nice. It wasn't so bad, really. The worst thing was that I had been forced to become a vegetarian, but the hay fries were starting to grow on me. By the way, how would you do that? Would you just get hay and deep fry it? What the fuck? That sounds disgusting. Look, I said, I know you kids want to find your cutie marks, but you've got to be more careful. You've got mud everywhere, and I'm going to have to clean it up before Rarity gets home. Scootaloo smirked at me, a bad habit she'd gotten from hanging around Rainbow Dash. Just 'cause you don't have a cutie mark, she chuckled. I've seen your flank. You're a dullness as blank as ours. I glared at the little orange-coated hellraiser. I've already explained about that, Scoots. I like to call her Scoots, but she hated it, and she grimaced when she heard it pass my lips. Scoots. I'm a human. We don't get cutie marks. Swill looked at me in pity and shook her head. That's so sad, she said, her eyes glistening. Sweetie by name and Sweetie by nature. The adorable little unicorn was definitely my favorite of the three. I ruffled her curly mane and smiled at her. Aw, it's not so bad, I said. Applin looked at the two of us jealously in her orange eyes. But we're still going to get our cutie marks, she muttered in dismay. We're never going to get them. Oh, don't worry about that, I said. I'm sure that in time you'll find out what your special talent. Scootaloo snorted. That's what grown-ups always say! And then she flapped her little baby wings and splattered the mud that had been covering them everywhere, on the dirty mud-tracked floor, on the reams of expensive materials hanging on the wall, on the ponyquins, and even on me. And yes, I just called those ponyquins. Everything has to do with ponies. God damn it! I shouted furious. Now look what you've done! If Rarity comes back and sees this mess, she's going to kill me! Yeah, god damn it, mimicked Sweetie, trying not to laugh at the funny, meaningless word I often used when I was angry. God damn it, god damn it! You know, actually, that gives me... Does that mean there was no god in Equestria? It... Holy shit, everybody in Equestria are atheists. Yay! I don't know, but, I mean, goddammit, it says it's a meaningless word, so I guess there's no god. I guess. I don't understand quite. If you have proof otherwise, please let me know. The other two fools chorused running in a circle around me as I tried to wipe the mud from my clothes. They started to chase each other around the room, leaping and rolling and smearing mud absolutely everywhere. Oh god, it's everywhere. Okay, now. Alright, I cried. I'll offer you upstairs now. Need to get you guys cleaned up. I started looking at the Cutie Mark Crusader created war zone. It would take ages to clean. And Rarity was not a pony you wanted mad at you. I can only imagine. I mean, sure, you already seen what Pinky is like when you break a Pinky promise. I can only imagine what Rarity would be like. The three little ponies, bored of their chasing game, trotted upstairs obediently, and I followed. I took a sponge, a scrubbing brush, and a basin from the cupboard in the corridor, and brought them with me into the bathroom where the three foals were already clambering into the deep porcelain bath. By the way, if you can hear my cat purring, I apologize. He's in my lap right now and refuses to move. Rarity's bath was appropriately huge. She was a pony addicted to luxury, after all. Better than being addicted to alcohol, I guess. And it could fit all three of the Cutie Mark Crusaders at once with more than enough space to spare. I'm going to get the mud off you guys first, I told them, and then you're going to enjoy a nice, long bath. The three foals obediently sat down, and I took the extendable shower head and rinsed the worst of the mud off with blasts of warm water while they giggled and jostled each other. Oh my. I'm sorry, that just sounds wrong. With the mud mostly gone, I rode the three foals out of the bath and ran it, making sure it was nice and hot. Oh, can we have a bubble bath? Asked Sweetie as she leaned over the edge of the bath and stared at the steaming water that was filling up. Of course, Sweetie, I replied. How could I say no? I took a bottle and blazed them with Derby's face off the shelf and squeezed a generous portion into the flowing water, and bubbles immediately foamed up in a huge pink pile. Yay! Cried Apple Bloom, clapping her hooves in joy. What the fuck? I can't do it when I say yay, but I'm doing it unintentionally now. What the fuck? Clapping her hooves in joy. Cutie Mark Crusader Bubble Bath Cannonballers, go! If somebody can actually get a cutie mark for that, that would be amazing, and I would love them. What would they get paid for? Just making fucking cannonballs and... I don't understand. She took a flying leap into the bath, with Scootaloo following close behind, and when they struck the water, a huge wave crested with cherry-scented bubbles spilled over me. Cherries. I don't know. You little brats! I screamed, my clothes totally soaked. By the way, no, I'm not actually yelling because I don't like to yell. Now look at what you've done! We're not brats, said Scootaloo, poking her head out of the mountain of bubbles. We're foals. Foals. She repeated the word slowly, as if teaching someone mentally handicapped. Apple Bloom poked her head out next. Apple Bloom poked her head out next. And just who wears clothes in a bathroom anyways? She said, rolling her eyes. Standing next to me and sopping wet, Sweetie watched curiously as I wiped the water from my hair and tried to squeeze it out of my jacket. Yeah, she said. Why do you wear clothes all the time? Ponies only wear clothes on special occasions. Scootaloo chuckled. It's because he has no coat and he'd catch a cold. I have a bit of a coat, I said. Just all over my body like you ponies. I think I'm going to catch a cold anyway, seeing as how I'm soaked to the bone. Catch a cold? Sweetie gasped. Oh no! And she had an idea. Why don't you get into the bath as well? Then you'll be nice and warm. The other two ponies didn't seem to care either way, and I was starting to feel cold. Okay, I decided. Besides, I need to make sure you guys are extra clean before Rarity gets home. The other two... Sweetie Belle had just finished clambering into the bath where Apple Bloom and Scootaloo were already pushing and wrestling and blowing foam at each other. As soon as the unicorn slid him, she looked back at me and said shyly, Come on, get in the bath already. There's lots of room. My heart skipped a beat. Could I actually get away with having a bath naked with these cute little foals? The other ponies of Ponyville had gotten used to my insistence on wearing clothes, but they still viewed it as an odd affectation, I want to say. Affectation. That's just weird. I'd been naked in front of a few ponies. The first time when I just arrived and Twilight Sparkle insisted on examining me in order to write a report to Princess Celestia. You know, that actually makes me wonder. What would it be like to be transported to Equestria? Is it just like some random portal popped up and you were sucked in or something? I don't know. It had been a singularly unpleasant experience involving electrodes, metal caps, and telekinetic prodding. Yikes. The second time had been when Pinky had gotten it into her crazy pink head that she wanted to know what my coat felt like. She had literally torn my clothes off, and her plump pink hooves, plump pink hooves, sorry, had felt me all over in a far more pleasurable experience than the earlier one with Twilight. No comment. I shrugged and thought, what the hey? Even if Rarity were to come on, I could probably find some ridiculous explanation to excuse my behavior. I decided to risk it. Who knew when I'd ever get another chance? And I slipped out of my stopping shirt and tucked up my pants, leaving only my underwear on. Apart from my jacket, I've been wearing clothes that Rarity had been kind enough to make for me, and it was in return payment for this that I'd volunteer the baby at the Kingdom Crusaders in the first place. They were certainly comfortable. The fashion designer knew her craft, even though she'd been baffled initially at how to take my measurements accurately. But there were altogether too many jewels stitched into them. Well, look at the bright side. Once you go back home, you can sell them for money! Money! But when in Ponyville... how'd that end? That's my question. I started to take off my outerwear when I noticed the free folds had stopped horsing around and watching me intently. I'm not a shy guy, but I couldn't help but blush at their huge, colorful eye as regarding my pale, almost naked body, and I stopped. See? See? I told ya! Said a triumphant Apple Bloom to Scootaloo. He does have a coat, a black one! Scootaloo snorted, unimpressed. That's not a coat, it's all patchy! I didn't know whether to be annoyed, or embarrassed, or angry, so I settled with trying to educate them. Everyone, I mean, every pony looks like this in my world, I explained. Sweetie looked at me, blushing in discomfort, and the dear little unicorn tried to save the situation. Well, I think it looks cool, just like a sea otter's. Sea otters are freaking adorable. Scootaloo rolled her eyes, but Apple Bloom nodded. Yeah, it does look like a sea otter's coat, or maybe a seal's. I appreciated Sweetie's attempt at sparing my feelings, but I didn't know how I felt about being called a sea otter, so I decided I'd better just get into the bath. I clambered in next to Sweetie Belle and made myself comfortable. The water was hot and sweetly scented, and I lay back and relaxed. Now masked by bubbles, I took the opportunity to strip off my underwear and toss it discreetly out onto the tiles next to the bath. When I returned back, the free falls were back to playing around, their coats mostly clean now and glistening in the hot soapy water. I sighed and started to wash myself. Ah, this is the life in Goon Lagoon. I don't know where I was going with that. But no sooner had I stopped paying attention to the mischievous little foals than they got themselves into further trouble. As normal. Bossy little Apple Bloom had ordered Scootaloo to balance on Sweetie's back so that she'd climb up on top of the two of them and practice their Cutie Crusader totem pole. I don't know what to say about that. Hey, be careful! I said, looking at the already tottering pony pile. We'll be okay, said Apple Bloom mid-climb. We've done this like twice before. Although we did follow the first time, said Sweetie Belle. And the second time as well, added Scootaloo. Everything seemed to be going fine, and Apple Bloom had reached the top and seemed to be doing quite a good job at balancing, when an errant soap bubble floated across onto Scootaloo's nose, making little Pegasus sneeze, and the reverberations this caused brought the whole tottering tower of folds collapsing down on top of me, and I found myself wedged under a pile of free, soapy, slowly squirming little ponies. I swear, that was like a cause to see how many S's you can say. I mean, how many more could you fit in there? That's my question. Wait, oh well. Dazed and my face covered in foam, I tried to extricate myself from under them, but Scootaloo was lying across my legs, and I couldn't budge. Apple Bloom had fallen backwards right on top of me and had knocked the wind from my lungs, and gripping her around the hips with my hands, I tried, ineffectually, to lift the little rose-made pony off me, but she was too heavy. Apple Bloom's haunches were splayed open as her little hind legs tried and failed to find traction on the bathtub on either side of my chest. I think that would be better as on the bathtub or on either side of my chest. Whatever. And all she succeeded on doing was sliding herself up higher along my body until her rump was almost touching my face. By the way, this is where it gets kinky. So, get ready, I guess. I don't fucking know. And I might actually have to stop recording and then start again really soon. Yay. And there, right in front of my eyes, as if we were involved in a 69, was Apple Bloom's little baby slit. Her tail was sopping wet and lying across her rump, so I had a clear view of everything. I was dazed and winded, but I was still able to get a good look, and the more I looked, the harder I got. Oh my. Right, I'm gonna stop there. Because, oh my god, I'm almost out of time. Crap, where's the button? I think this is the button. I'll see you guys next time.